Okay, welcome back to our meeting, our first interview section from Radio Local that we are having during this period of the lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It's our first broadcast session that we're having, and in today's edition, we were talking about the history of our organization, RONA, and what are some of the causes of the downfall of the organization as it is presently. We have Sheikh Sila and Saidu Bangua, who were past members or who are past members of the organization, past executive members, and also were former pupils of the government Rokel Senior Secondary School. So back to our topic, Mr. Bangua, we are talking about the issue of the school administration not working with the current administration of RONA and how this has been a great problem and how it has been a great challenge for the present administration of RONA to be able to do what they are supposed to do best, that is continue to spread information within the confines of the school, but also to be able to represent the school in inter-school debates and news broadcast sessions. And so we were talking about what we would do as past executive members or as past regimes to help combat this issue that is affecting the organization presently, talking about the school administration not working hand in hand with the current administration of the organization.
Okay. I think we have so many pupils who've been into RONA, who've passed through RONA and who've benefited from the initiative of RONA. And we have so many who are now working for various print and electronic media in the country. There are so many schools in Sierra Leone who can boast of having different professions of people who've been in their schools. A particular school will tell you, well, in Sierra Leone, who produce the highest amount of medical doctors, one also produce the highest amount of lawyers, teachers, and stuff. But when you look at the media landscape of Sierra Leone, I don't think if there is any school cut across Sierra Leone that has produced more journalists than government school, Senior Secondary School. We have so many journalists working for various print and electronic media houses in Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
And these are people who benefited from the initiative of RONA. So I think if we want to see RONA coming again as how it used to be, like we used to say Sierra Leone used to be the anthem of West Africa, as RONA used to be the anthem of news when it comes to news broadcasting in secondary schools. I think all past pupils need to put their hands on deck, because if they come with their expertise, try to like bring new initiative. Now we are moving towards the digital trend. Bring a new initiative, try to like uh, mentor these kids. I'm sure they will like see the need to be part of fun. And trust me, if they start seeing journalists working for like the AYV, like we have so many Wokelians working for AYV, the SLBC, and the other radio stations and television stations, talking to them, trust me, they'll be proud to be part of FONA. Because like gone are our own days when Mr. Ina Davis used to come around to like to say, okay, fine, I was a member of this organization and I'm currently the station manager. He used to see like the Salmat about the SLBC coming around to talk to us. Like it keeps motivating us to be like, to say, okay, fine. If these people are all past members of this organization, I'm sure it will serve like an accolade for me again to be part of this organization. It will serve as like a mentorship program. So let them like come around, mentor these kids. Trust me, if they start mentor these kids again, we'll see more members coming to the organization. We'll see the school administration try to like regain the respect they used to like give to us as owner members to say, okay, whoever wants to talk to the people doing devotion must come through owner. So if past members who are like media active media practitioners coming around, give these guys media ethics program, creating media trainings for them. like I always say, when I was called upon to serve as the national coordinator for the National Secondary School News Network, which is advocacy organization heading all secondary schools in Sierra Leone that has news journal, and we are establishing news journal in secondary school that do not have, and we are like serving as a pressure group, serving as supervisors again, seeing that teachers don't flout the laws of the school regulations, more especially when it comes to the free and quality education. We've been monitoring the free and quality education. We've been giving information to the ministry to say, okay, if there is anybody here who needs to give you concrete information about what's happening here, we have men on the ground. We have people who are serving as um, practicing media practitioners. They are practicing journalism in secondary school. They know what is happening. They say, who those who what who feels it knows it, something like that. So like I've been coming around talking to these guys. Okay, there are sometimes when I do talk to people who think, okay, he's from a private school, okay, he's coming from this school. I used to tell my kids whenever we meet for programs, I say, there is no grade A or grade Z school in Sierra Leone. We only have schools in Sierra Leone, irrespective of the school you are coming from. You have to be the impact for people to recognize your school. So, like, if I'm doing it in my own little way, serving as a coordinator, mentoring these guys, do come to talk to them during their devotions, mentoring them to say, okay, I was here putting on the same uniform as you guys are, broadcasting to you. Now I'm at this peak. I think you all can reach this peak and go beyond the position I'm holding presently. So
Yeah,
trust me,
exactly.
if these past pupils are coming or start to come again around to talk to these guys, we'll see Rona build up again rather than seeing it dying every day. Trust me, Rona is going down, and it's high time all those who attended government school, who, despite you being part of Rona or not, if you have the love of the school, it's high time they come around, most especially those who we are part of the organization, and the organization has created job opportunity for them. Some are working because of the little training that was given to them while they were in the school.
That's good. I'm so happy you talked about these points more, especially when it comes to um, the former pupils being actively involved in the activities of the organization. It's just really what the organization needs presently. These experienced ones per se can come in, give their expertise, and they can also help the present members of WONA to understand the responsibility that each one of them have to um, be a part of the organization, the privilege, the responsibility, and let them also know that being part of WONA is not just being eligible to become a school prefect or someone who goes in front of the school to read news or be a presenter of a certain magazine program, but they should also understand that it comes with so much more than just this few accolades. We should also help them to see that if they are going to succeed, they have to build their way. I quite remember the regime that was working quite closely with us. They were more active in helping us to see that much of the work has to be done by ourselves. People that are past members can do their best to help where they can, but if we don't
Yeah.
work, we are not going to succeed. If we depend on them to always come and do the dirty work, then Rona is going nowhere. We have to put our own shoulders to the wheel. We have to do 70%, and then the 30% can come from the external forces that
Yeah.
Rona depends on. And I'm also happy you talked about the digital age. In our own times, it was not so prevalent in the country as it is now. Now we have different social media platforms that we could use,
Media outlet.
different ways these pupils can be able to do their journalism or practice their school-based journalism in a more profound, more secure, and more enjoyable way. And we know how kids, or how people are now with the social media and how this thing can go from one, it moves
Media.
so fastly. And if Rona tries to adopt these changes and not just depend on broadcasting news live in school, but using these different digital platforms or this social media platforms, how it can help Rona develop from the point that it is now, or the point that it was before, going up to better heights. And that's what we want. We want to see the organization moving every day. We want to see that, oh, Rona has achieved this. This is something we were not able to do, but now look, these guys are doing it. And when these guys go away, the next in line, they come and they do something else. Everyone has something they are going to boast about, like, oh, we came and we did this. Our regime, we could boast about uh, being the first regime of Rona that started going from different schools, secondary schools, that were not having the privilege of having this kind of organization, a news-based organization in the school. We went to different schools to help them establish these organizations in their school. And it was quite a success for us. We are proud to say that every day. And when we look at your regime, we know you did a lot. You not only did better at what we did, your organization won more, or your own regime won more accolades than we did. You were highly recognized than we did. Most of you were able to work in these different um, organizations or other
Yeah.
platforms that, when we look at you, we are proud to say, oh yes, we worked with these guys, and look at them now, look at where they are. We really want to see that. And more especially talking about this digital age, we want to introduce this into Rona. I believe no other school-based journalism organization has started using this, and that's why we've started
Has
this
done it.
these programs. Who started these programs? I don't know. What do you think are some other ways, or what platforms we can be able to use to help Rona be better than it is now?
Okay. First of all, I think we need to say, go back to the idea that says, charities begins at home. We need to go down to the school, engage the school out administration to say, okay, this organization you all love back then, and this organization that has helped train your school prefects, you've always been proud of, that has always been out there representing you. This organization that has always been there to say things that is wrong, to say things that is right. Now, we want to regain our past glory. If we have to have a very working relationship with the administration, from there, we take it down to the school pupils. Talk to them about the essence of being part of ONA. Tell them why they need to be part of ONA. By so doing, I think that's the first step. Now, having have that structures within the school, we try to like bring creativity, because one of our own days when we are in school, Facebook was meant for those who are coming, for those coming from a very wealthy homes, because you cannot afford phones that cost even more than the school fee, more than your school fees. And WhatsApp was like a mere dream for us back then. We are not having access to WhatsApp. Now they're having WhatsApp and they're having other social media angles. Now we rebrand the organizations. Okay. Now we are going to like start having digital broadcasting. For every broadcasting you do during your school devotion, it goes live on Facebook, it goes live on YouTube. You start cajoling them. That's how they will start coming bit by bit by bit. Because uh, there has always been this way of cajoling these people to say the easiest way to gain badge in government like secondary school, come to owner and you will become a school prefect, because the administration knows owner will build you to be a very good public speaker. So like, if we start to bring this creativity to them, now for every news broadcasting we do during devotion, we go live on Facebook. For every news broadcasting we do a recording, we send it to our YouTube channel. People will start to view it, people will start to like it, and those stuff. I think they will start to see it as a need to say, okay, well, fine. I want to be seen on Facebook. I want people to start watching my videos on YouTube. And so you see, bringing this creativity to them will motivate them much more, other than every day we go there, talk to them, talk to them, talk to them. They will say, okay, we're tired of hearing your voice. But if we bring digitalization down to them, not only training them on how to read news, we start having partnership with radio stations, television stations. AYV is a very close institution to government working. It's one of the institutions that is like creating opportunities for young people. The CEO is very young. Meet him. Say, okay, now this is a school that has been practicing media. We want you to organize a day or two media orientation on how to operate camera operation. You see guys coming on board. You see people coming on board to say, okay, I want to learn how to operate these cameras. I want to learn how to use. That's how they come in. So like we have to be creative. We have to move towards the digital trend. If we do so, trust me, Rona will go back to where it used to be and regain its name to say
Yeah,
when
we
it
all
comes
want
to
that.
news journal senior secondary when it comes to news journal in senior secondary school, government will senior secondary school is always a school to reckon with. Because doing now there are certain time when you go for competition, there are certain schools as soon as they do see us, they will say, okay, fine, we will not be broadcasting. In fact, I remember one of our last competition we won. We went for it, and there was a school, St. Joseph. So Joseph went with two sets. They went with the News Journal and the L&S. As soon as they saw us, people start murmuring and that government will tell us regain this championship for a very long time. And then again, they said, okay, and we are very sorry. We do have a news team here, but we already debate. It was very interesting for us. So we want to see schools frightened whenever they see pupils putting on
Yeah.
that government local uniform coming going for news competition. Trust me, if we have all this creativity with the help of past pupils coming on board, give whatever little support they have, whether be it finance, whether be it time, we need their support. Their presence is what we need. When they come, we sit, we discuss, and new ideas comes up.
Yeah, yeah, it is quite so. It is quite so. We all used to remember the golden ages of Rona. It is something we reminiscence about it. Most of the times we think what's really the problem or what has happened, and it's right before our faces. It is right before our eyes. We see the problem, but we just try
The
to
problem is
neglect
there,
it. Yeah, it is there.
neglect.
It is there. And if we all just act like, oh no, it's not my business, somebody else will do it. It's somebody else's job. Somebody else will do that. No,
I'm no
that is
longer a
mine.
pupil. I'm no
I'm
longer
no
a pupil
longer
of
a
this
part.
course.
But
The one, yeah,
what
this thought we need to like wipe it off our head.
exactly, exactly. The truth is each and every member of Rona has taken an oath. The moment you become a part and parcel of Rona, we did take an oath to belong to this organization, not just
Organization.
when we are in the school, but to belong to this organization as long as we are alive. And we all believe that we should be able to render help to Rona whenever we are called upon to do so, as much as it is within our power to do it. It is something that we should be happy to do. It is not something we should be coerced to do, we should be forced to do. No, we don't want to have that kind of speed when it comes to Rona. And so, seeing this present regime, past regimes, we have meetings and dialogues, and it's just about blame game. Oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't. No, we should not be
Yeah,
at that kind of level anymore. Now we should be talking about what we need to.
not creating any
Yeah,
positive
let's do this, let's do this, let's do
move.
this. It's not about who did not. It's more about let's do this. And we we all did work so hard. We all worked so hard. I remember myself, there are times I could get really exhausted working with Rona. I had my schoolwork to keep up with, I had Rona to do. I was also a member of the prefectorial board of the school. I had my extra lessons to do, my house chores, my personal studies, my religious life. It was so much, but we just prioritized what was really important. And because we all knew the importance of Rona, we didn't push Rona aside. We know we had to give something to Rona. Out of what we had to save a portion for Rona. And that's exactly what we did. And most of us benefited a lot from the training we had working with Rona. And like you said, most of us could now boast that.
I just remember something that made me burst out of laughter. And I remember while we used to attend meeting, we used to contribute mentors.
Mm, oh la la, those were good memories, huh? Those were good memories. Those were good memories. Those were
Trust
good
me.
memories.
I was like, for it, every like Tuesday when we meet, we contribute 500 leons. Thursday when we meet, we contribute 500 leons. So like it's 1,000 per week. I was like, really? It was I give me okay, fine. The money is very little. Let's change it 1,000 Tuesdays and 1,000 Thursdays.
Ah,
But the love was there, and trust me, guys, we are like really participating like in paying that 500 leons. Even if we have to eat our lunch, you say, okay, I have to attend one meeting and the remaining
you
500
have
I
to
have to
bring your
pay my
coin.
my
You have to bring your
my
coin.
weekly dues. It was really interesting. I think if we can rebuild that, the bond was there. Seriously, I think if we say we come again, like now we have the pandemic, we have a very long time now to plan what we need to like embark on when it comes to the 2020 2021 academic year, what we want to do for Rona, how we want to see Rona being represented in competition, in other programs. Like we need to like think beyond secondary school now to say Rona has
Ah,
to only do now with broadcasting within schools. No, we need to like be creative to say, okay, let's find ways how Rona broadcasting can be heard on radios whilst devotion is ongoing. How Rona can transform information dissemination within secondary schools, take it to another level. So these are always like we can create with the support of past pupils, members who've been part of the organization to come on board and see how we work things out.
yeah, exactly. And that's why we started using this medium to have our meetings, to have dialogues, so that we could come together, join heads together, and see how we can promote these new ideologies, um, all these new strategies that we think and that we believe could help the organization, how we all come together to make sure these things happen. And this is something we'll be doing on a daily basis. At least we should be able to have one session for the day. And we are working towards having a news broadcast at least twice a day using the social media
I can't wait to
platform.
be a reporter like this.
Mm. You love that. I know you love that.
I
And I
can't
know
wait
you
to be
want
a
to do
reporter.
that.
Yeah.
I know you love that. I know you want to do that. Oh, you don't get tired with
I
that.
can't wait to
Who
be
gets
a
tired?
reporter again.
Who gets
Seriously,
tired with that? It
it,
was,
it, it was really fun
yeah.
reporting. And that was the time when I was having a shoe. People called me Creole. See, as they call us, it came out that Creole shoe. They called noise, colored scarlet. It was like really fun reporting current issues. And I was that individual who was like fond of reporting court issues, court cases. Like um, whenever people hear headlines like a 67-year-old man raped a 2-year-old baby, they all become quiet. Everybody wants to listen what comes beyond that headlines. So like I really miss those days when I was in
Yeah,
secondary school.
we
Trust man.
really miss those days. When we used to have a written presentation, and like all the presenters have memorized that one, and then you start having
Yeah.
people who had creative ideas of changing that presentation. I loved it. Mariama Jabi did something one day with that presentation. I wasn't expecting that. It was just spontaneous like that. I told her, Rugiatu can present today. She's not well. She's not coming. So we need a female presenter. Memunatu is not around. Hawanatu is not around. Jabi, you have to do this. And she was like, well, I know, okay, but the truth is, I think it's not gonna be easy. So I said, well, don't worry. I'll be your co-presenter to help you. Come in wherever you want to shut down, and we'll just try to have it smoothly. And she's like, okay, let's go. Not knowing she had something in her mind, and and she went there and she changed everything. Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Rona Special. I am Mangya
Special.
Majabi and I'm in the studio with my co-presenter, Mr. Wonder Davis. We're looking forward to having a wonderful news broadcast with you this afternoon, and everything changed. I was in awe, like, what? How come we never thought about this? And since then, everybody started writing different forms of presentation, and it became natural,
Presentation.
it became
Creativity.
natural because at first it was just the same thing, just eating the same thing and same thing and same thing. But when people started coming
The
with
whole the
creative
whole
ideas,
script every day.
everybody wanted to do something. And you're at home and you're thinking, how would I tune the presentation to my own taste? I want to do it better than this one. I want to do it better than this one.
The
And at that
competition was
time,
there because you have let's say for national news, you have four people who wants to report national news on a single day.
aha,
So like you go the extra mile to train to like defeat your competitor to say, okay, let me be the best. You always go there, train, train. So like as soon as you come for rehearsal, it's like, okay, man, you are the best. Go and present. And the
yeah.
fame was there. Broadcasting, everybody will have to know your name. There was a time people do call my name. Hey, Saidu, I was like, do think, where do I know you? They say, but not when they report now okay. So I was like, oh, sorry, my dear. How are you?" So like, it was nice.
Yeah, we used to call that cheap popularity. We even had some guys
I'm
that came
telling
over to
you.
Rona for that cheap popularity. I always used to tease Delvin, like, oh my God, you like that cheap popularity. He always liked it.
Delvin was a very interesting
Oh,
guy. So,
he
like
was
when it comes
always
to
on my
points,
last
oh
nerve when
my
it
god.
comes to that. He likes to have a makeup do before he goes to the stage. He needs to have his tie straightened, his shoe properly shining. Oh man. And if only Delvin could have had that privilege to present news. That is something we withheld from him. He
Again,
wanted that. It was always like, I don't know why you don't want me to present. But we told him, you are the head of the sports team. You have a
sports
whole
team.
session for yourself. Why do you want to be a present? I want to present. I want to present. And one Friday he was given the privilege to present, and we saw what it was about. It was just about him smiling and coming about with all the different things. And I was like, oh man, this boy loves the cheap popularity. But those were good days, seeing the enthusiasm that
Yeah, I
pupils
just hope
have.
and pray things come back.
Yeah, we do. And trust me, just as we have started this, people just need to see that we are all coming back on board. Tomorrow, I know we're going to have more people that are going to be able
Yeah,
to connect, and then we'll have a more lengthy and a more beautiful discussion. And this keeps going up, and we keep inviting people to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and people keep seeing what we do, more especially past members of Rona and also the present regime. Trust me, they're all going to come on board. It's going to be epic. And having people reporting news again using this medium, it's going to be so 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 wonderful. I can't wait. you know i've been
trust
having
me.
calls i've been having calls from people, and more especially from past people. It's like, okay, we see the idea, we see what you're doing, and we just want to see how far you can go with this, and then we can come on board to help. And it's just awesome if we can get back to that level. And that's why we all need to work together. So tomorrow's meeting will be mainly focused on how we'll have this structure properly controlled, properly managed. Like when it comes to presenting news, um, we have to talk about the logistics, the personnel. We also have to talk about having a good and better presentation. We need more creativity in that. And now different people are going to be able to uh, be presenters um, in different parts of the country, maybe even in different parts of the world, we don't know. And then we'll be able to share videos of our reports. People can do video recordings of their reports, and it can also be broadcasted here live. It can also be, um, you know, posted on the YouTube channel, and everybody sees that you're this presenter who did this and that and that, and it's going to encourage more people to come in. I spoke with Umaru today. He was one of the best poets we used to have in those days, and
Boy,
yeah,
before we end this session, trust me, one of the secrets why our team was very successful when it comes to competition, we do use our poem to clinch trophies.
of
The poem
course,
is
you
what we
were
always
always
bring at
sneaky
the
with
end
those
of
things.
news. And that guy was good in doing it.
He was good. He was really good.
Omar, it
Yeah,
was
the
good.
first time he came to
I knew
Rona
that
and
guy.
we asked him what he wanted to do, he's like, I'm a poet. He said it outrightly the first time he came, and we were like, okay, thank you for coming. We have to talk to you. And he's like, no, I know what I do. I don't want to do what you do in that stage you present. I know you lack something that I want to bring. And we're like, what do you have that we don't have? And he's like, I'm a poet. And oh, yeah, he is a poet. And, we asked him to do something for us. And just like that, it was spontaneous. And he was so good with it. We used him to go to different schools, and his poems were so excelling. Mr. Aina Davis wanted some of his poems to be posted in Salon Times newspaper. He was so good with it. And it was so bad for us he wasn't in our regime, and you guys just clinched him and you used him. Oh, that was too bad for us. But yeah, here we are.
Our regime really enjoyed time.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. And we are really hoping to have that kind of thing again. But we, like we just said, we all have to make time, because we all have busy schedules, and we all have
Busy schedule,
lots
sir.
of things to do. But some people are still trying to finish their tertiary education. Some are working part-time. Some are CEOs of their personal businesses. Some have their own jobs to do, and creating time and space for things like this has to be something that comes from a self-sacrificing heart. We have to understand that we need to do this. It is our responsibility. And when we come in and we step in and we help and we see things getting better, it is to our own pride to know that we came in at the right time. In the nick of time, we came in and we stepped out and we did something good. And now look at it, it's beautiful. So today has just been the beginning of that. And like I said, tomorrow
No problem.
it will be more, and the day following more. And then starting next week, that's our goal. We're working to start next week. We're going to have our first online broadcast of news from Radio Wokel. It's going to be epic. Our first online news broadcast with Radio Wokel, and we are hoping we have plenty people to come in. We need plenty reporters, plenty presenters, co-presenters, and we need the Creole magazine programs, Wokel Yagba, Pikin Wakabot, and all of that. We need that. All the things that made Rona epic at a point in time. That's what we need. And we're hoping to have all that in place starting next week, Monday, when we'll be having our first online broadcast of news from Radio Wokel. So it has been a pleasure talking to you, Saidu. We're really happy you could join us. Mr. Silla was with us, but due to some network issues, he couldn't keep up. But we were also happy, and we want to say a big thank you to him for joining us. So this is all what we have time for you in today's edition of our first online broadcast. And we hope to join you tomorrow, same time, in our same channel. This is Radio Wokel, and I've been William Davis, who hosted this program today, and I was accompanied by... Okay, it's been our pleasure, and till we meet again tomorrow, have a pleasant day and rest well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.